Welcome to Joint Heirs. Everybody out there. Follow us on all social media, social platforms. Once again, I got my all-star panel up here. Fellas, what's good?
Chilling, man. What's going
up?
on?
Man, what's up? What's up? A lot.
Go Heels.
Go
Yes,
Heels.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bye
Tar
bye,
Heels.
Coach K.
Yeah, Coach K has been real. It was real good to send you out the way that we did.
Yeah, your
We sent you
your
out.
biggest rival sent you home.
Yeah,
that's,
sent
that's
you
the way
home.
to
Well,
go.
That's right.
You took
That's
your first
right.
loss to us, and you took your last loss to
Yeah,
us.
and
There
there's
you
no
go.
need to have one less sleepless night.
Right.
No. Go take that with you. But nah. Hats off to Coach K
Oh,
for
yeah.
an incredible
Congratulations.
career, man.
Was it 42 years?
Yeah, long time.
Long
And bro, honestly, he the best coach in NCAA history in my book. What y'all think?
Listen,
Right behind what's the coach for UCLA?
John Wood.
John Wooden, right behind John.
You think
Wooden.
right behind John Wood?
Yeah, I think so because he won 11.
Well,
11
you-
all the
Nah,
way.
you can't argue that.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm talking about this man coached the Olympics, won
Yeah.
gold medals as a coach in the Olympics,
He up there.
sent several players to the NBA.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't like Duke, but I gotta
Yeah,
give
I'm
credit
gonna
where
say
credit
now,
is due.
I've often said the only thing that Duke has that I like is Coach K.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest
That's
with you,
it.
as much as a Carolina fan I am, if I had a son that was good enough to play between Carolina and Duke, hey son, I don't like them Devils, but
Go on over there and get it.
Hey.
go ahead and get it. Yeah, I mean, I respect
Is
Coach
that,
K.
is that tough, Mark? Is that
It's
a
tough
one?
because I ain't gonna lie, I kind of had those thoughts a couple times too. Like, if my son was the number one player in the country, it would Duke and Carolina would be on the table, and
Yeah.
I would be
Right.
like, if you want to go, I'm not gonna stop
Yeah.
you.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially during the time we had what was the bridge between Roy Williams and after Guthrie? What's that guy name?
Doherty. Matt
Yeah,
Doherty.
Matt Doherty.
See, during that time, hey, Duke,
yeah.
we almost messed up a national championship with that guy. Had the guys, they were talking about transferring to Roy Kane. Like, yeah, we about to mess that up. Go to
about
Duke.
messed that up. But yeah, man, one of the greatest coaches I've seen, say definitely in my lifetime. Hats off to him, man.
Yeah, because he understood the
Great career.
game on the NBA
He's-
level and on the
Mhm.
college level.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he connects. He connects
Mhm.
with the players too. I mean, it's obvious with his recruiting history.
Yeah.
Because he've had some of the, the last 10, 20 years or so.
Yeah.
It's about all of his players make it at least a percentage of them make it to the
A great
NBA.
percentage
Yeah.
of them.
But
yeah.
I will say the last 6 years he messed up though. And when I say that is he went to that Kentucky model.
Well,
the one and dones.
Yeah, they
Had
had
to.
Had to.
But that's why, a lot of people say, man, he ain't won a championship since 2015. Yeah, when you go to the one and done model,
But see,
it's hard to win one.
Yeah.
you just triggered another question that I have. I want to ask you guys what your thoughts were. Because of the way it is now, with the one and dones, and now the transfer portal as well,
Mhm.
will we ever see another Coach K?
It'd be hard.
I don't know, but when you mention that, how about Carolina though, and the way they recruit? Because they've been able to build some pretty solid teams without.
Yeah, but we don't get the number one
Well,
prospect.
and I
Yeah,
was
you
just
don't
getting
get
ready
the
to say,
top prospects.
you don't get-
So
Yeah.
it's primarily because they just not coming
Right.
to our
They
system.
get
Okay.
a group of guys who are good,
right.
great players,
Solid, but
and
not-
and they coach them up,
Yeah.
Right.
which is kind of the model you want to go with if
Right.
you're not going to get those top recruits.
Because think about it. Remember you asked me the question about the 2017?
Yes,
Think about how difficult it was for us
for us
to
to
remember
name
who
the
they
big
were.
dogs on
Yeah.
that team.
You know,
Right,
Kennedy, Theo Pinson,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I still don't remember all them
hardly
boys.
any of them.
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
won the championship.
Barry
Yeah.
was one of them. I do know.
Barry,
that.
yeah.
Joel Barry.
Joel
Yep.
Barry.
And I always
Yeah.
say
And
that
it's-
Carolina goes as the guard play goes. So
True,
you kind of
always.
remember the guards,
Yeah.
but then sometimes it get hard to remember some of those other
I'm
guys.
be honest with you. I don't remember Joel Barry because we beat in the Elite Eight. No, who we beat in the Elite Eight?
Talking about just recently.
Just recently, who did we beat?
Was it Baylor?
Yeah.
When we beat Baylor,
yeah.
he came on talking on the sports show. That's how I remember Joe Barry. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't remember him because of the team. I remember him because of that.
Right.
But I think when the rule changed
Yeah.
is what hurt Carolina, but also helped Carolina, and that's the rule of the going to the league early. Because Dean Smith had all the greats.
Yeah.
I know.
All the greats
He
came.
used to
He did.
Always.
get the
He
greats.
did. Well, he
Number one
was
players.
more of the Coach K. If he showed up, You be
Yeah,
like,
I'm
okay,
going.
okay,
He
you
want
going
me,
to
I'm going.
You
Yeah.
going to Carolina?
But when they made that rule change of you don't have to come to them, you don't have to come to college, you're gonna jump straight there, or you can be like come and
that
leave.
hurt. Yep.
I think Coach K said, man, listen, because he fought it for a long time.
Mhm. Yeah.
But then he was like, why not? Because we knew Zion Williams wasn't gonna do no 3 years.
Nah, man, one and done.
He should have though.
He one and done. Maybe two, because I think he could have gotten some help with his conditioning
Mhm.
before coming to the league, possibly.
I think they need at least 2 just to
Yeah,
build them up.
to build them up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get them NBA ready.
and as men, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, for real. Like seriously, like especially with the name, image, and likeness. Now, okay, now you can handle a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, get you a little account and do that for a couple years before you really make that bag. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And let's see how it goes from there. You know, but right now, man, you 1 year removed and you get that bag. That bag caused some of them to go left. Boy.
Yeah, because I don't gotta do nothing. I done did it, mama. I made it.
Yeah.
But my question that I have, and I've been asking this question for the last 5 years for Duke fans. Are you still a Duke fan with Coach K gone?
Nah, that's good. I will hope that most of them
I
stay
hope
on.
it wasn't.
I mean, he been on this. I mean, he's been like, think about it. Dean Smith left us from Carolina.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We still, even through the bad, missing the tournament, we stayed there.
Yeah.
You're not gonna tell me Duke not gonna make the tournament now, because Duke gonna miss the tournament, because players gonna say, I don't know about that one. I don't know.
Yeah. It'd be like the new Fresh Prince, the Bel Air show.
Mhm.
They had Uncle Phil and Jeffrey. I told my wife, I said it looked like they broke up.
Yeah.
So you go see some grown men breaking up with Duke.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Oh
Yeah.
man, but the dawn of a new era, man. You know, so
I
who's
wonder
it?
about the recruiting. Will the new coach, what's his name, Shire? Will he be able to recruit? Like,
Oh, I didn't know they had somebody over there.
That's why I
Yeah,
read
yeah,
that. Who they
sure.
got. Yeah.
you know, it was a controversy about it. You remember Amaker? That was the point guard. for Duke?
Yeah.
He's head coach with Harvard and been there for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And rumor was that he wanted to come back and coach Duke,
Mm-hmm.
and that it was between him and the
Yeah.
white coach Shire, and he chose to choose Shire
Of
because he
course.
said Shire was his assistant and been by his side for some years, and that Amaker is already established with Harvard.
Mhm.
But that didn't necessarily set well with Harvard, because I mean, if you're trying to make it in the coaching ranks, who do you
Yeah.
want to coach, Harvard or Duke?
Exactly.
Mm,
And so,
yeah.
but anyway, and a lot of the African American groups was angry and began to speak out about
Mhm.
Coach K's choice to
I-
choose Shire, but he made it clear that it didn't have anything to do with race.
I'm tired of the African American groups. Like, the man made a choice. The man said, I'm going with my right hand man.
He
Yeah,
went
he
with the
been
man
with-
that's
he
been
been-
by his side.
We got to understand
Yeah,
that. Listen,
yeah,
gotta let that go. I'm tired of y'all.
yeah.
that's just respect.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you on that.
And you know, I'll throw another little wrinkle in there. If there is an underlying race issue there, would you want to put somebody in that position
No.
to come in and have to fill Coach
Right.
K's shoes and be a minority coach?
Right.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. If we think about Hubert Davis, I was worried about him taking over for Roy.
Well, I'm worried once the recruiting class changes
back
over.
over,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why I'm
he-
like, he gonna have to get his own recruits and show up, because then it'll solidify the actual transition.
Yeah, because he
You
came
know.
in with a team that was already.
They was already
Four.
established.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know, which I'm not knocking him. He's done a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
job. You still got to coach them boys.
yeah.
But now can you go get the talent
Add
to put
to
on
it.
the floor? Right.
It reminded me of
Yeah.
the UConn situation with the black guy they had there before they fired him.
Mhm.
He won the national championship when
Right.
when the dude stepped down. He took over.
Oh yeah,
They
what
won.
was his name?
And
Golly.
wasn't it Oliver or something like that?
Oliver.
Yeah.
Oliver,
And they-
yeah.
But as soon as after he won that
He
championship,
took
like 2 years,
Calhoun's place.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
as soon as Calhoun left, Oliver stepped in. They won the national championship. Like 2 years later, gone.
Yeah. Hey, recruiting is everything in a
Yeah,
college,
it's tough.
you know, in the college game, man. Yeah, it gets tough. You know, I don't know if I want to walk in behind Coach K and be the first. Would that be the first like minority head coach hire for them? I don't know. I don't know the
Yeah.
history.
You
It
gotta
would
be because you got to think Coach
Yeah.
K came in
because he been
in the 80s.
yeah,
Yeah.
since
He
the
been
80s.
there
and the
for-
70s
Right.
and 60s wasn't our friends.
So man, nah, I don't know if I want that one. Let me be the assistant.
right.
And then, you know, if he mess up, then
Yeah,
I'll jump in
yeah,
there.
let me get that
You
after
know,
that, yeah.
Can't do no worse than him. He
Right.
messed up.
Right.
that was kind of my thinking too. I think if Shire don't work, then they may
Then they may go
reach
get
out
him.
to him.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go. And that might not be a bad deal. You know, honestly. And like I said, there's just another little wrinkle. Maybe he like, hey, I'm ready now. Put me in the game.
Right.
But I don't know. You know,
Yeah, I'm like them big shoes to fill.
big
though.
shoes to
Big
fill,
shoes.
man. big shoes to fill, man.
Yeah, but can I throw this in there real quick?
Throw
To
it in,
Hubert's
Scott.
credit, he have done a good job in
To my surprise.
and in resurrecting what looked like a terrible season.
He did.
And when their backs was up against the wall, I read a lot of threads where people fire Hubert. He's not this. He's not that. He totally turned it around.
Man, totally turned it around.
And he's actually at connecting.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and you
with
can tell his
kids.
passion.
Yeah.
I mean, his passion's there.
Right.
You know, and you ain't gonna lie to no college kid, little kid, middle school, whatever. You're not gonna lie to a kid that is putting their everything on the line, trying to be that. And then you got guys trying to make it to the league. You're not gonna sell them no bull.
Right.
So the fact that he showed up and he was not just riding the Carolina name and all this. No, I'm really passionate about this. I really do this. I think that went a long way with the players, but systems and all that stuff, it took a little while to kind of get that stuff down. Yeah, kick in. But I am pleasantly surprised with what I've seen this year.
That's why I was like confused when people were saying we were like on a Cinderella ride. Like, now at the end of the day, they're still Carolina now.
They're still
Carolina.
It's still the target. Like,
the expectation is still there.
This ain't one of these D2 schools, the school that we beat earlier.
Right.
And we ain't one of them.
Right.
This is what we do.
Which, I'm gonna be honest, I thought St. Peter's, that was the threat to me, because them boys had all the confidence in the world.
And then we beat them by 30.
And we just
we were just too big out there.
Yeah, we put the rat-a-tat-tat on.
Come here, little brother.
Yeah.
We told him you did that Cinderella shoe. Y'all might as well go and get that out of your
that thing
head.
got all kind of cracks.
Yeah, it don't fit.
Oh man, off the chain. All right, so I know it's the horse, the dead horse has been beat several times, but I just want to at least touch on it a little bit. What we saw at the Oscars.
Man.
The best thing on TV.
Man.
Best thing on TV. Now, this is the real question about the Oscars. This is the real thing. I know you're a comedian, and I know you being who you are. There's no way you allow me to slap you.
Oh heck
No.
no! I can tell you that.
No,
I know him.
But
No.
you don't think Chris Rock took that for a bag, man?
It's Hollywood, because
Mhm.
if he would have reacted
Mm-hmm.
and hit Will back, Hollywood would have got rid of him Monday morning.
Yeah,
Because Will ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. He done made them too much money.
Mhm.
yeah.
And Chris Rock little to them.
True.
But just me being a comedian, because I done been in situations, I got to de-escalate that thing.
Mhm.
You tell another joke to bring it down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But you ain't going to walk up on me.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
no.
Yeah, that's a different conversation.
Yeah,
But he did put his face out there, though.
yeah, that's why I thought it was fake, because he put
That
hands
was,
behind his back. And,
Yeah, he it's like he's kind of set up for it, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And then, did you see Will's motion? Well, first of all, let me say this: when at first, me and my son was watching together, I'd fallen asleep.
They woke you up, didn't they?
I'll admit, I'm not a big Oscar. He loves drama and acting and all that stuff. And so,
Right.
you want to connect with your son.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, "Daddy, you gonna watch it with me?" I said, "Yeah, I'll watch it with you."
I fall asleep.
Shortly thereafter.
yeah.
But
I
anyway,
need a good nap.
yeah, I was in a deep sleep. But anyway, after he punched me in the chest a couple of times and wake me up. But anyway, he said, "Daddy, wake up, wake up." I said, "What's going on? What's going on?" He said, Will Smith just walked up on the stage and smacked Chris Rock. And I'm like, smacked him?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about? And then after a while, I looked at it, and at first I was like, okay, that was crazy what he did, because I thought he did. But then after you go back and look at it, it looks kind of, the way he smacked him, it was just kind of, he like went across.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It looked like a punch, the way he threw it.
Yeah.
It looked like a punch up, but his hand was open.
Yeah.
It just looked kind of strange. to
Yeah,
me.
it did look strange. It's bad for African American community either way.
Stage or not.
It stays
Stage
or
or
not.
unstage. That's right.
It's
That's
because
right.
either way. And I'm just like, man, come on,
Because Will
y'all.
Picker had a good show going.
We done took so many hits in the past 10, 15
And
years.
we're making progress.
And we
as
were
far
making-
as getting Oscar
Yes.
awards. And
Mhm.
now all of a sudden,
Yes.
you
And-
know, the powers that be, see what
Yeah.
you're dealing with?
Well, I guess
They'll
I can
ride
go-
that stereotype.
I
you
can
know.
go back further than just 10, 15 years, because I guess did they take OJ from us first? Was that OJ, or what was the OJ thing about? Do you think they took it, or you think that was just OJ messing up?
I think OJ took a couple heads off.
Okay, I won't count
I
OJ.
won't count
OJ.
It was just, without getting too deep into that.
Right.
A lot of evidence, man.
It was a lot.
He got off.
Yeah,
He got off.
he did get
they
off.
found blood stains.
But-
in his
but-
vehicle and
If the glove don't fit,
you must have quit.
But the thing about it was they did so much damage to the reputation
Right.
of the man
Yeah,
and
they
what he
killed
had
it, yeah.
accomplished. They
Mhm.
killed it.
Yeah.
The image of OJ.
Mhm.
Because
I'm
you
trying
think
to
of
say-
OJ now, you think of OJ now, all you see is
the,
that.
the
You don't
killer
see
who
it.
was on the run, who got off,
Mhm.
came back, committed another crime.
But now here I am as an African American because to me it just seemed like he was guilty. Maybe he wasn't because
Mhm.
I don't want to say he is if he truly isn't.
Mhm.
But with all the evidence and all the stuff that they brought out, it seemed like he was guilty. But it is interesting that OJ is seen as a villain in the eyes of one ethnic group,
Mhm.
and other. When we look at him, even those of us that may think he's guilty, you almost feel like it was one for the gift.
Yep.
yeah,
You know,
Yep.
it's like
we've been losing
our
all this
kids
time.
get shot in the street,
Mhm.
Yep.
and they get exonerated,
Mhm.
and it was almost like even if you wasn't doing it consciously, it's like you subconsciously like, yes,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah, a lot of people cheer for
because
OJ.
we were so used to being done a certain way,
Mhm.
and then the perpetrators get off the hook.
Mhm.
You know?
Yep.
Same way with the Floyd situation.
Mhm.
When
Yep.
that dude said he going to jail, who's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, man,
But-
you
but
that
the
Yeah,
happy?
but I don't advocate killing and violence. And
Right,
stuff.
right,
Let me just put that out
And the
there.
damage was done as far as our community, what it looks like for us.
I got
Oh,
you.
y'all, this how y'all do. You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? And then,
That's correct.
we fast forward to Cosby, another big
Mhm,
name as
mhm.
far as being a staple in the black community. I mean, heck, I was raised on Cosby. I felt
Yeah.
like, man,
Yeah,
looking
he-
at him, we can do anything.
He was making people drink Sloopy.
And you know what I'm saying? And then you turn around and you hear this stuff and all these accusations coming out of that's ruined. Okay. And so I'm like, man, and now Will Smith, another one, like, come on, man.
You basically
like,
grew up on that too. with
with
Phil.
Fresh Prince.
Fresh
Yeah,
Prince.
you know what
I
I'm
used
saying?
to rock his music. It was,
Yeah, parents just don't understand.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
Summertime still a classic. So
Summertime,
come on.
Yep.
I feel you, man. So just looking at how much, like I said, the damage is done. It's like every time we get a Mount Rushmore, they start poking holes in it.
But
you know?
do you think if it would have been anybody other than Chris, I'm talking about your Dave Chappelle,
Oh,
your,
man.
Bro.
your Cat Williams, even
Yeah.
Killer the Cat,
Well, they had to kind of like kill the cat.
little Cat Williams, he wouldn't have just did that to Cat Williams.
Nah, bro. I don't.
I think he'd
so.
have slapped Cat, but I think Cat
Cat
would jump on his
would've-
back.
yeah, Cat would've done
Well,
something.
Cat would have cut him 3-4 times before he
Yeah,
realized. I thought he was punching me. Nah, man. brother.
But-
Your brother's crazy.
But I don't think Dave Chappelle. I don't think his comedy gonna attack nobody though.
I don't see
Chris-
it as an attack.
Well, I think
Before Sunday, how many of y'all knew she had alopecia or whatever?
I did because I followed the Red Table Talk.
I don't.
But this the thing about the G.I. Jane joke was, and I think people who got it understood it. The G.I. Jane joke was basically talking about her cheating on Will.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so that's when he was trying to put, and I think with Will, my homeboy explained it to me the best. He said Will done took a lot of cuts over the years.
Yes.
He just bled out on Chris.
You know what? I had said that when it first happened in my wife's show because my brother-in-law called, or chatted my wife, and she showed me. And the first thing I thought about was, Chris, you got to know. Out of all the people in that to go at,
Don't go that way.
man, we've been going through it publicly for years now. And it has intensified the last 3-4 years. It's intensified. And everybody knows it.
That caused me to. Let me ask to go back. I'm gonna come back to what you were saying, Marcus. But you mentioned that it didn't have anything to do with. Are you saying it didn't have
The
anything to do
alopecia.
with
I
her
mean,
hair?
it had something to do with her hair, but it had the alopecia part of it.
Right.
The G.I. Jane wear a little cut. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, the
right.
buzz
That,
cut.
that
Buzz
was Demi Moore. Demi
Right.
Moore.
But if you go deep into that character and the way she was like, cheating on the husband or the boyfriend, whatever it was, in the character or whatever. Because somebody had to explain this to me as well, and I had to go
Right.
back and look at it. I'm like, it makes sense. The whole August Alsina thing.
Right.
That joke
Right.
was
Yeah.
deeper than just the.
The August. Now this was a guy that was a friend of the
Mhm.
Sons.
Yeah.
But
And they were helping him
But
out.
she had an entanglement.
Romance.
Did you hear the joke Regina Hall did though? She pulled all the single men up on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
They say, Will, you can come up here. Jada done okayed it. That was more of a slap in the face than what Chris said.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
I think, and this is what people who not married was like on Facebook going roasting, and to that point is this right here. I think it was all cool long as she was laughing.
Yeah.
Because he laughed at the joke.
Yeah.
Like Will laughed.
Yeah,
I think
but when he looked over
Yeah.
and saw her, and we all married.
Yeah.
Your wife, you look over to your wife and she tight.
Yeah.
Hey man.
But
But
see,
a long ride home.
Now,
Right.
yeah. But with that, I have to kind of piggyback off of what a couple of other podcasts I heard them talking about the masculine angle and how he, has been attacked as far as his masculinity, even within the marriage, and to that same sentiment, like if I'm sitting there and my wife has a certain expression, I'm man enough not to lose it because she had an expression. Now you put your hands on her,
It's ball game.
It's ball game. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Ball game. You know what I mean? But certain things, it's like, okay, yeah, to protect her, I might take her out of the environment, whatever. I may even ask her, hey, are you okay? Or what's going on? But I'm not just gonna look and she have a facial expression and then here I go flying off the handle. Because I'm man enough to handle that situation without looking like I don't have any control of my emotions,
Right.
or all she got to do is have a facial expression, and I'm out here acting like a fool, right? You know what I'm saying?
And then, is that how far you want to go over something? And I don't want to minimize it because he did insult his wife,
Right?
But is that what you want to do? Particular Will being who he is,
Exactly.
It's easy for us to sit out here. And when I say us, I'm not just talking about us four, but I'm talking
just
about people
who are not in Hollywood.
Discuss what's
right.
going on and give our opinions about, yeah, man, I just slapped the fire up.
Yeah.
But this man has everything to lose.
Yeah.
And then we don't know what's going to be the full ramification.
Oh, well, Chris said he ain't going. Chris said he ain't pressing charges.
Yeah, but
I did catch that.
Will has already resigned from the academy.
What that mean though? Does that mean he ain't
that's
nobody?
a whole nother
What do that
question.
mean?
Yeah. Well, the
Thank you.
You know what the academy represents. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So basically, I'm not in that club anymore.
Was he part of
those
a board or something?
Well, now, and I have to do some more research on it myself, but I know that's big as far as his career.
Okay.
That's huge because to win an Academy Award, you got to be a part of
The Academy.
that conglomerate, right? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
But
so,
what I got out of it is he resigned from it, but that don't stop him from winning an Oscar if they nominate him.
well, and that could be. Like I
That's
said,
just
I
the part
got to
I
do
got
some
from it.
more research on to even understand it. But I know it is huge. I mean, I know it's a setback, but maybe not as much as what we think on the surface.
I was wondering, didn't they say it take 15? They take at least 15 days to investigate whatever.
Yeah, whatever
it is
they do. Yeah,
I'm thinking him resigning is leading up to something else.
Some type of
decide,
sanction. Yeah. I don't know, but it's got to be some consequences because they're looking at how everybody's responding and reacting, and
But I
Chris,
did
Chris
see where-
getting the bag though.
I did see where
Say what?
Netflix.
Chris is getting the bag right now. Because all his shows are sold out, and his brother have been going off the handles of brothers. I got to get off of it too.
Yeah, what's his name?
What's the Chris Rock brother?
Oh
he's a
man,
comedian,
yeah,
too.
yeah. Oh,
I saw a little bit of that on TikTok.
Yeah, I
he-
did talk about that.
He went off the rails, man. He was basically saying, "We got eyes on you."
Yeah,
Smacking
Yeah.
our brother.
There's like 7 of them, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
man, that's off the
Chris
chain.
said,
man.
Chris, I'm about to get this money. Forget that.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, it's whatever happened. It's definitely been some things that's questionable with the whole entire situation, and so just looking at it from a standpoint of young Black people looking at that situation is a hurtful situation
True.
for us either way. If it was staged or if it was real, from the masculinity standpoint, man, I just wish that he would have been big enough
Go backstage.
to
and
go
talk to him.
backstage and talk to him.
That's kind of my
You know what I'm
thinking.
saying? That would have showed a lot.
My mindset would have been, you disrespected my wife, and you're not leaving here until
Yeah.
we handle
Yeah.
it.
But
Right,
somebody
you know.
did. But somebody asked the question on one of these talk shows. They said, "Did Will already had that conversation with him before?" But it's not the first time because he's
Yeah.
been dissing Jada since 2016.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
said.
He's been dissing
Somebody
Jada since
said that.
2016.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a build up because I heard there was a little bit of bad blood there
Mhm.
beforehand.
But they
You
was
know.
all friends. I see it as just Chris doing what Chris do.
That's what he does. He's a comedian.
He said,
Yeah.
"Keep my wife name."
Yeah, Yeah,
your
and
mouth.
that make it sound
he
like this
said
wasn't the first time.
emphatically.
Yeah.
Right.
This wasn't the first time her name been in your mouth.
Right.
So I need you to keep it out.
Because he said it twice. You know, somebody
Yeah.
says, a black man say something twice. He mean business.
But see, he gave Chris that opportunity. Chris could have lit in on both of them.
Yeah, he could
Could
have.
have.
He could
Because
have.
you done hit me. Okay, security already
Yeah.
tight. You not getting back to me.
Yeah.
I can tear in on you right now.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I know Will Packer said, I was watching an interview with him. He said he didn't know if it was staged, if it was real, did he
Yeah.
really hit him? He said, I thought it was part of the a joke that they had going. Because he said when Will got up, he said, I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, nobody did.
I was like, how you a
right?
producer? You don't know nothing?
Nobody
Yeah.
knows what's going because it's totally
Will
left.
Pack is the producer.
He was
Yeah.
for that one, for that Oscar
yeah,
show. Yeah.
totally left. That's crazy, man. But yeah, if I was Chris Rock, I would have had to run with it. I would have had to run with that boy.
Man,
You
Steve
think
Harvey
this
said
I
it.
Am Legend? You come up there? You know what you doing?
He
bro?
said he got punched by Muhammad Ali. That's what he told Will. Will Packer said, I just got punched by
By
Muhammad Ali.
Ali.
I was like, yeah, this is crazy.
He is crazy, man.
Did y'all think Steve Harvey would have slapped him though? Steve Harvey said I would have slapped Will Smith. I said I call you know what on
I
that.
call
my
bluff
dad
on
said
that.
something about Steve. Say Steve just cry for no reason.
Right. So I don't think Steve would have, because I think with Steve, I mean, Family Feud, dude, you eat off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Family Feud can't have you slapping people on,
Hey,
on
let me
TV.
ask y'all a question. If it was Rock, as in D-Rock, you think if he slapped Rock?
Oh man. he
No.
slapped
Y'all
the
know I'm
Rock.
being sarcastic.
He slapped the Rock.
Yeah, he ain't gonna-
He
He
gonna
wouldn't
run up
have
over
slapped
him.
him in
You
the
see-
first
hey,
place.
have you seen the Equalizer? He wasn't gonna slap this alley.
Nope. You see, I did ever sitting there looking.
Yeah, it's just like this, man.
I told you about
Right.
the devil. Nah, he ain't go. Hey, no sir.
He wouldn't have slapped nobody else that I can think of.
Nobody
Yeah,
I can
Chris
think
Rock.
of.
Yeah.
Nobody I can think of for real, man.
But at the same time, all these people who say, "Oh, he wouldn't slap him like that," but y'all wouldn't have told a joke about his wife either, though. Y'all done knew
Right, yeah,
what was
yeah,
going on.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
you
went
got to
there.
be a little bit more sensitive to.
I
to
get the
crowd.
comedian aspect of it.
Yeah.
I love comedy.
And it was a
But-
bad joke.
It
Well,
was
see,
a
the
bad
thing,
joke.
thing
It
about
was
most
a bad joke.
comedians, it's nothing is off limit. I mean,
Nothing.
that's the kind of their mindset.
Mhm.
But some of us who don't understand that mindset, we like, nah.
But when I do comedy, I know not to attack nobody in the audience. Okay, if you
Right.
heckling me, yeah, that's a different thing. I'm gonna get you off me. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
my jokes are just for fun. I ain't going to hurt nobody.
But now a lot of comedians they
go
wear
for the
wear
guts.
people out in the
D.L.
audience.
Hughley is
They
main
do.
one. I couldn't
They
stand
go
D.L.
for
Hughley.
the
I couldn't stand.
yeah.
I think he's good now because what he does as far as like the political realm
Yeah,
of things
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
I love him for that. But when he was telling jokes, and you go back to the Kings of Comedy, yo, he was
He
roasting my
roasting the
man.
audience and everything.
Roasted.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He-
some of them would go in.
But man, some of that stuff be funny.
But
I
why
ain't gonna lie.
why Jada didn't stand up for Sherman Klump? She was sitting there letting this man get roasted. She ain't
Killed
say
that
nothing.
kid.
She
She
ain't say
sure
nothing.
didn't stand up
She
for
ain't say
Sherman.
nothing
did
for
she?
Sherman.
Turned her head like this.
She sure did.
Gonna turn our head on Sherman.
Oh man,
And he went in on Klump.
He sure did. He went in on him, man. That's a shame. Terrible.
yeah, I don't. If I ever go to one of those shows, I'm going to the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back when all the lights were cut off low.
Or
Yeah.
in the middle
But
somewhere.
if your stuff out there, even because Hollywood stuff is highly publicized. If your stuff out there, you a target
Right.
for a comedian.
And I do
Right.
blame Jada though, because these red table talks,
That's ridiculous.
I tried to watch it, but then that entanglement mess, ain't
Yeah.
nobody want to hear
now
all that.
before the entanglement, the talks were great.
That's what I'm saying. It
Yeah.
was probably
before
pretty
that,
good, but
yeah.
ain't nobody
Especially
want
when they had Kevin Hart on there and some other ones before the entanglement came out. Her table talk was good.
She has a perspective about family structure and life in general that I
can't agree with. I
I
can't
can't
rock
get
with.
with a lot
Yeah,
of her.
especially with the how she govern her kids,
Yeah,
and
I
let
can't
them
rock
kind of make
with it.
decisions
And-
on their
and you
own.
see it.
Yeah.
You
And when
see
you
it
look
in
at
behavior,
that, and
you know?
you know what Will has publicized as far as being his upbringing, and and his moral roots and values, she is the dominant figure in that relationship
Yeah,
because
look at-
everything is patterned after what she
thinks.
believes.
Yeah.
Man, you look at your husband jokingly says to you when you make this open confession on air
Yeah,
about cheating,
yeah.
and he says, "Oh, you're gonna tell me about your little transgression." Your response is, "Well, I don't see it as a transgression."
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, the least you can say is, "Hey, I made a mistake.
And I think-
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize."
And I think Will trying to save face
well, in a sense,
because the
yeah.
relationship should have been over a long time ago.
But it's like, but why not? not though.
There it
Di-
is. There it is.
Divorces and
Yeah.
stuff like that happen in Hollywood like nothing.
Right.
So what is holding you in there?
That's the question.
Okay,
that's the
could be
question.
love, could be
I was just getting ready to say,
infatuation,
he
Yeah.
could be,
or it could be that there's something there that
Mhm.
he like. I don't need that atomic bomb
Right.
dropped.
Right.
You know what I'm
talking about
saying?
maybe she holding
Maybe
something
she
over
holding
her.
Yeah.
something because he has agreed to some stuff that he's once again, according to his moral fabric,
Oh, yeah.
that's way left from that stuff. So maybe he has some things
Cause-
that he's endeavored in willingly.
In
No
other
pun
words,
intended.
Intended. Yeah.
So
You
you're
know what I'm
saying he
saying?
agreed to some stuff that's against what he
Way
okay.
left that
'Cause, you know,
she
the
could
whole
easily expose.
Because the whole Scientology thing, Will Smith he grew up in church,
Yeah,
Christian,
yeah.
Right.
old fashioned church.
yeah,
Right.
not no
Then-
open marriages.
Isn't that
and stuff
why he
like
said he doesn't use profanity in his rap?
Yeah, yeah.
Because something has something to do with his
Right,
grandma or
right.
somebody.
And now the
Right.
whole Scientology thing came about, and it's like,
Mhm.
yo, like, dude,
Yeah, and now his
Like, what you
kids,
doing?
the gender confusion, all that stuff.
Yeah.
That none of that speaks of where
Will.
Will came from.
that's all her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
That's-
she done had conversations openly about her mom and the way they grew up,
Right.
and how she don't really agree with the old way of doing things, making you go to church,
Right,
making you
right.
believe in one God, making you
Mhm.
boom, boom, boom. You got to make your own mind up. But my
Right.
thing with making your own mind up as a child,
You don't have
know.
a mind to
you
make up.
because you don't know anything.
And
It's
see,
my
that-
job to
That was
give
that
you
was
things.
her mindset concerning her children.
Mhm.
Almost if she was saying she didn't think it was right to give them structure.
Mhm.
I mean, really, that ain't even got nothing to do with faith or religion.
at all.
That's a natural inclination
Mhm.
for a parent to give their kids structure, even if they're not God-fearing people.
I can
Right.
get into the priest of the home and everything from a biblical sense, that which I believe, and we believe on this panel. I won't even get into that. I'll just look at the simple fact that when two people come together in a union,
Mhm.
whatever comes from that union should be a little bit of both coming
Yeah.
together to
Right.
some
I
type
got
of
you. I got you.
compromise or some type of way of walking together. But it has seems that she has been the Trump card each
That
and every
reminds
time with
me-
each major decision
That reminds me of a certain character in
in
scripture.
scripture. Yeah.
Without going too deep into that, but
Yes,
that's
sir.
A conversation for another day.
Yes,
but
sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
And so he just be following along. But like you say, ever since he got with her, from the Will Smith show on, it's just been like you can just see like the negative impact that it had on him.
It's been one thing after another, and because we like him so much,
Mm-hmm.
You overlook it.
we overlook every time. It's this thing comes out. Oh, but that's Will.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Fresh Prince,
Mhm.
man. That's summertime.
Yep.
Okay, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Here's the next thing. Same thing.
when they had that discussion at the red table and she shared some of
Mhm.
her entanglements in her words,
Right.
didn't he cry? Wasn't he crying?
Oh yeah, he had the tears come out.
Yeah.
It broke him up.
He was
Mhm.
emotional.
Man, when a man cry openly in the public like that means that dude's hurting, man.
Mhm.
That means that he shouldn't have been there. We shouldn't have been talking about this on your podcast, Red
Yeah,
Table
Now,
Talk.
that mean they ain't never talk about it
Did
then.
that come to surface right while they were talking, or had they?
The way it
Talk
looked,
about
it
it.
just came out right
Seemed
there.
like
No,
it.
because what happened, from what I understand, what happened was, and, hey, Joe Public, if I'm wrong, make sure y'all type up under the comments and let me know. The way I gathered it was, Jada went back home to Will. Something has happened, and from out of nowhere, August I seen her. This said me and
publicized,
Jada
yep.
had a relationship.
Publicized.
That's when she cut it off.
Right when she cut it off.
So
He
was
came
hurt.
out,
He was in
'cause-
love.
Because in his music, everybody was like, who is he talking about?
Okay, so he's an artist.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's an artist.
Okay.
And
R&B singer.
they were helping him out. So that was another thing.
He was in
that
a
Will
low
was-
area in his life.
Yeah. And that was
Oh,
another
okay.
thing that Will was like, I know we
And
got
then,
some.
and then you get involved with someone else and you make the comment. Didn't you say, "I felt like I've never felt"?
Mm-hmm.
Man, can you imagine where that hit you
As
if
a
your
man?
wife told
Mhm.
you that as a man?
And think about it. Will Smith is what? How old do you think Will Smith is?
What,
He's
he's
50?
50, right in his 50s.
I'm 36.
Yeah.
August, I seen her younger than me.
Yeah, it's her son's friend.
Right. So Jada.
Don't we have a word for that? Back in the day, we called it something, didn't we? We called it robbing the crib.
Robert the
Oh,
Cradle.
she a
yeah.
cougar
And
now.
she was being
Right.
a cougar. Right. If I and my wife and I were talking about this. If I love you, first of all, I've already messed over you. I've already hurt you.
Mhm.
And then instead of me protecting you the best way I can, now that I done opened the door to the hurt,
Mhm.
I'm then going to put it out on public display.
Anyway, yep.
See, that's my
Come
thing.
on.
She want that content.
You
I-
love me. You've already hurt me.
Yeah,
We don't need to discuss it openly.
See, that's my thing. I understand we're human. We make mistakes.
Right.
So I understand that part. But when you do, shouldn't you discuss something of that nature privately?
Always.
Yeah.
Because you've already done so much damage to this man, his reputation, his love, his trust for you. I don't even care if she brought the idea up and he was for it. Sometimes you got to be protected from yourself.
Yeah.
If I love you enough, honey, we done already did enough damage. I've already done enough damage. Let's keep this between us and figure it out. And if we make a public statement, it's for the resolution
Right.
that we've come to.
I just think Jada's a content whore. I mean, I know that's a bad word to say, but I just think that's what she is. Like, I think she's jealous of what her husband been doing because her name. Besides,
She's not Will Smith.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Besides, Set It Off.
Wow.
Yeah,
Besides, Set It Off. Besides the Matrix, and she
Mhm.
didn't really have a big role in Matrix.
right.
Oh, what else did you? What else did you do?
What was she
But
on
she-
Netflix? She was something on Netflix. I forget what it was. But
She had,
Yeah.
she had a movie with Queen Latifah down in New Orleans.
The Wayne brother tried to put on with Woo. Wasn't that Woo?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Low Down Dirty Shame.
Low Down
Low
Dirty
Down
Shame.
Yeah.
And yeah, you
In
know,
different world, but
yeah.
Now-
She's relevant, but she's not Will Smith.
Yeah, because we jump over the Will Smith resume. I mean,
Like,
yeah, it go on.
you know what I'm saying? But and then I'll even throw this out there, bro. Protect the bag then.
right,
Why in the world would
Right.
you want to tear this man down?
right.
Yeah.
that's right.
He helping keeping you elevated. Cause I'm not talking about Jada if it ain't for Will.
True.
What am I talking about? I'm not watching Red Tape. Kudos to you watching.
Exactly.
I'm not
I
watching
didn't
it.
know
Well,
that.
I only watch it because my wife drugged me into
And that's
it.
all right.
right.
That's all right. But I'm
That
just
sounds
saying.
like that
Right.
she has a pretty decent
You know,
following.
but no,
she's
it
not
was.
on Will Smith's level.
No.
I revisit her when I watch Jason Lyric. I'm gonna
Right,
leave that right,
right.
there.
See, because if it's Jada Pinkett, we talking about she's irrelevant. But if it's Jada Pinkett Smith,
Then it's
So
all
it got
new.
a little bit of weight to
Yes.
it.
You know what I'm saying? So protect the bag. Like this man has elevated you and your family to heights that most families never ever get
but
to.
I don't think she can get past. I guess if you want to say generational curses or whatever, her mom was the same way. The only difference is mom didn't have a Will Smith.
Mm.
Mom went through some weird, crazy things. That's why they kind of bumped heads or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but you gotta think though. Not even saying August about how she said August made her feel a certain way.
Mhm.
Yo, Will Smith can never beat out Tupac,
No,
never.
And she
And
keep
the-
bringing
never.
it back up.
and this man been dead how long? And like he never like he even stated I had an issue with this guy. That's why I'm surprised they got married. Like you have already admitted you had an issue with Tupac and the way their relationship was, and she was not gonna change that for you.
Bro.
So if this man never died,
It's got to be true love or infatuation because I keep looking at it like, Will, what's in it for you, bro?
because you getting hurt every time.
You getting hurt every time. You getting brought down a notch every time.
It makes you wonder because you know, a man of his stature in terms of his influence, his notoriety, his financial status. why are you enduring this?
Why?
Why are you taking this emotional beat down?
Why?
I mean, that it's either some type of as a minister of the gospel,
Something spiritual.
it's a spiritual, some type of spiritual stronghold.
Got that pull on
That's what it is.
Okay, well,
I call that spiritual. It's spiritual and physical. Spiritual.
yeah.
that's
It
spiritual.
it could be whoopology. I mean, you know, what's going on? But then the other thing is what you said. You know, maybe there's something that he wants to keep private,
Yeah.
that she's hanging over his
Head.
head.
It's
It's
what
just-
is
it's
what
just
is
hard
it?
to
It's
say.
got to be something or a combination of something, but it's something, man. Because I'm like, bro, you could have long been gone, and wouldn't nobody be like, oh man, Will really?
Of that, most people would say, okay,
Okay,
yeah,
I
definitely
understand.
You lasted
I
longer than what we
understand.
thought.
Right,
man. I get
right.
it.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't consider them. I know Hollywood, and I know a lot of people probably chime in and say otherwise, but I don't think Hollywood power couples.
No, that ain't
I
them.
don't think Will and Jada. I don't. I think Denzel and his wife. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Sam and his
Sam
wife.
and his wife.
Right,
Right,
right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't think, Will and Jada. No,
Nah.
they stuff been a thin fabric. You know what I'm
A
saying?
little minute.
I
For a
think
minute.
when he saw her on the set of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he saw something then, and then it was like, yeah. But he should have got with Nia Long. That's who he should have got with.
That might have been.
Cool.
Neil
Neil
Long.
That would have been a better
You
fit.
know,
Yeah,
she
I-
played Lisa on the show on the
Shit,
Fresh
that was
Prince.
Yeah, I would comment
Yeah.
on Neil, but my wife might.
Okay,
y'all
All right,
go
we'll
ahead.
move on to the
Don't get in trouble.
Right.
Don't get in trouble, bro.
Pastor gotta get his
Yeah.
liver much sandwich in the
That's
morning.
right.
Can't do it.
That's right.
But what do y'all think about the new Bel Air? Have you seen it?
I've seen it. You know, it's interesting. It's
I quit-
definitely not.
Okay,
It's not kid-friendly.
That you just killed it. When you said anytime you have to say it's interesting.
I quit
That-
watching. I watched like 3 episodes. I
Yeah.
quit watching when they did what they did to Ashley. Put that.
Well,
Yeah.
I know.
I,
Listen,
I had the.
let me tell you, bro.
What happened to
Well,
Ashley?
she, you know, they're taking the the
Modern
homosexual angle
Yeah.
with
Okay.
her.
Yeah,
Yes.
putting her in.
a
yeah.
gay relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that-
basically, right now, she just that she's having those thoughts
Those ideas.
and
yes.
those desires. Yes, they hadn't actually put her in a relationship yet. But when I saw the first episode, I told my wife, I said, I think they're gonna go somewhere like
With
that with Ashley.
Because this is the way her
Because
character
they,
is built.
because she
Mhm.
didn't have a lot of speaking parts, but the little bit that was there, it was like something. It was gonna be
Mhm.
something weird, something different
Mhm.
than what everybody else was dealing with. And then I'm gonna be honest, most of the time when I watch modern stuff now, I wait for
I
it.
look for
I
it.
know
Yeah,
it's gonna come.
It's coming. Yeah.
It's
The only-
coming.
The only thing I said about Bel Air, I love it, by the fact. I got to watch the last 2 episodes because they don't come back on to 2023. But anyway, I love it. But only thing I hope they don't make Uncle Phil be somebody he wasn't. And like we said at church today, it's not a remake, it's a rethinking.
Yeah, yeah.
But don't make Uncle Phil be who he was not. Uncle Phil was always a family guy, and he always put Vivian first.
Yeah.
So don't give me, I told somebody, if you give me anything besides that, I'm cutting it off because Fresh Prince of Bel Air and now the new Bel Air is the only black show we have left where you see a black father in a positive light.
And very successful.
It's very successful.
successful.
So if you kill that for me and make him cheat on his wife and all that stuff, bro, just cut the whole show off.
Or if you make her cheat on
Cheat on
him,
him.
Cheat on him, yeah, cut the whole show off.
then you're gonna mess the whole thing
Don't
up
get
as
my
far
son.
as the moral fabric of it.
Oh, yeah, and even though we
You
live in a
know.
world now where that's few far in between.
So we got to be prepared for what we
Yeah.
might see. You know what I'm
But
saying?
the Will Smith character is great. Carlton character,
Carlton get on.
He's interesting.
He's
I'm
very
sorry, there's
interesting.
that word again.
He's very
very
interesting.
interesting.
Very
But you got to look at the
But it's
first
not-
Carlton. He was about
just
health,
Carlton,
and,
yeah.
but he was about his health.
yeah, academia,
Yeah,
all
he-
that. Yeah,
And this Carlton, he just.
he just mad at everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a
Everything.
second chance. I'm gonna give it a second chance.
Yeah.
Try to keep watching. But
Yeah, you know,
I don't like
what
Lisa
what
this
does
one,
it
though.
come on? What channel?
it
It's on
comes on
Peacock.
Peacock. Yeah.
Okay.
streaming service.
Which
Gotcha.
that's a whole nother thing from a spiritual aspect of talking about, certain things that's in society. Peacock is at the top. That's why I knew it was coming.
yeah, true.
I knew it was
Yeah,
coming.
colorful.
Yeah.
mhm.
And just, if you know some of the other shows
yeah,
and think, yeah.
Like Yellowwood, one of them. Yep.
yeah.
There's another one on there too. Is not 1600. What is it called? They crossing America. I forget what it's called, but that's very interesting.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But for the most part, Bel Air. I mean, if you watch it, Bel Air is a great.
It's
I
a
was
good
in-
drama.
It's not kid friendly.
No.
No, it's a
not
good
at all.
drama though.
It's
Like
not a family
drama,
show.
it has a lot of drama in it. You don't know
Fix your ears.
which
Just get
way
your
it's
ears
going.
fixed when you watch
So
it.
it's totally. So is that
Oh, it's
different.
Yeah,
It's
it's
different.
no, it's
It
it's
ain't-
hardly any comedy at all.
No.
It's
Yeah.
drama.
Drop.
It's straight
Oh,
I
drama.
mean, Will cussing with Uncle Phil.
Yeah, he cussed.
Like, he cussing
yeah,
like
yeah.
mother or he cussing.
He cussed this so-called real daddy out so bad. You might not seen that episode.
Now, you can talk about it. I don't care.
Okay, he cussed this so-called real daddy out so bad that I was like, so this is what I understand we trying to put kids in touch with their emotions and all that.
Yeah.
But do we
See,
really want you,
that's-
even if that man never been in your life, do we really want you
You still-
disrespecting that man
Right.
like that?
See, that's my whole issue with Hollywood is they assume that all of America, all of society
Mm-hmm.
embrace what I call limitless, life with no parameters, no structure, no order.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you somebody like us or like
Mhm.
myself who have certain convictions in certain
Mhm.
areas, you're labeled,
Yep.
You're not in tune with the times,
Yep.
you're out of touch,
Yep.
you're judgmental,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
who
Yep.
died and made you God and all that
Mhm.
kind of stuff,
Mhm.
And they pride themselves in free speech and
Mhm.
liberties and so forth. But then they tell you how they want you to
How they
think.
want you to
Yeah.
do
And
it.
if you
right.
give your opinion,
Mhm.
your perspective, then all of a sudden you're the bad guy.
We
So,
went from one quote unquote extreme to the other, and it's dangerous on either side to be extreme.
right.
I don't think we were as extreme on the oral or moral order of things beforehand, but that's kind of what they want to say. They want to say,
Right.
well, it was extreme right, now it's
Yeah.
extreme
Yeah.
left.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and people get mad at me when I say this. As much as I love my Obama family, but when you run on the platform saying change,
Mhm.
what change are we talking about?
Well, we've seen
Well,
it. We've seen it
Because Pandora
we
box
have.
open all the way
all
up.
the way up. We've seen it. It's definitely been evident.
And see, that's the thing that gets me. With some of the agendas that
Mhm.
certain groups are pushing,
Mhm.
they always want to use ethnicity, African. I mean,
Yes,
they
sir.
want to put blackness and some of these other issues
Mhm.
they
Together.
intertwine them together.
Because the underlying thing with America is it's y'all fault if it's bad, if it's
Right.
wrong,
Oh,
if
yeah.
it's messed up.
Right.
Y'all are the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Now they no longer standing up in courtrooms and stuff saying it like they
Yeah.
used to, or in
Right.
the community or whatever. But now they're subliminally saying it.
Right.
That's why they're hooking these things to us. Homosexuality is almost a black thing now.
And it never
Right.
was.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's
There's
tied.
always
It's
something else.
almost tied into
Yeah.
to blackness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
in a
crazy.
subtle way.
In a very subtle
Yeah,
way.
they won't come out and say that's what they're doing, but
That's why the
it
floodgates
comes across
opened up
like that.
with a African American minority president.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the time to open those floodgates. The man was extremely intelligent.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah, I don't
But
think
I'll-
nobody.
I don't think nobody it was of his caliber from that standpoint. But what they did during his regime, this is what the result is.
And the only thing that he had to really run on at the end was gay rights. That's the only
Right.
platform he had because they took everything else away from. Because they had a documentary. I don't know how many people watched it. I can't remember the name of it. But they can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They had a documentary out, and the dude said no matter what he said, we was going opposite. If he voted yes, we're going no.
Yeah.
No matter if it was good for the country or not. If he said yes, we go no.
Mhm.
If he said no, we going yes.
Mm.
And it's like, dude, like you said, so only platform you gave him was that. So what did he do? He put all time, energy, and resources
He
to
won,
it.
he won the people and kept the people.
And he kept
Yeah.
going. And then listen, if that's your lifestyle, by all means, live your life.
But here's my thing. I don't have a problem with people's right to make choices.
Right. Me either.
neither. If
If
that's your life,
someone
live it.
choose to go down that path.
Right.
Now, I may not agree with that choice.
Exactly.
But give me the right to choose whether or not
Opposite.
that's what I embrace or not,
Exactly,
without
exactly.
labeling me as a person who's narrow-minded
Right.
and you don't
Yes.
embrace change and this, that, and
Yeah.
the other. So my thing is, I don't bash anybody.
And
you know.
don't drill me with anything. Like I understand you don't want certain things drilled down your throat. Okay, fine. But I don't want to drill down
My
mine
throat.
either.
Right.
But I understand how they feel though. Like, they always think we don't know how they feel. I said, no, being a straight man in America is kind of hard.
These days,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Like being a straight man in
Yeah.
America is hard because they look at you as like something wrong with you.
Right.
and your masculinity
Now, I
is
could try
always
to-
under attack.
Yeah,
Oh,
every
you
time.
too aggressive. Oh, you too this, too that.
Mhm.
No, I'm not gonna step on stage and slap a man. But I'm gonna take him backstage, and if he don't act right, I'm gonna slap him back there.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
But you got to know how to conduct yourself. And when you are a straight man in America, especially a straight black man in America, you got such a line that you have to walk,
Yes.
because otherwise you are going to be that hypocrite. You are
Right.
going to be looked down upon.
My
Because-
whole thing with don't force it on the kids. You see what they're doing with the birth
That's
certificates
kind
now.
of that
What do
Paris.
they do with the birth certificates?
Paris,
You
you
don't
hit
have to
the
put
nail
sex
on the
birth
head,
certificate
sir.
now. It's whatever they choose when they get certain age.
See,
Yeah, that's crazy.
See, that's what I'm.
Don't force
That's
it
what
on
I'm
the
talking
kids.
about.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We got to have some type of structure there that respects what the idea of concept of God has been
Yeah.
from the foundation of this country.
Yeah.
We have to have something. Otherwise, you throw everything away and then you start all the way over.
Yeah.
And then me and my family moving to Canada.
I feel you on
Hey,
that.
if you look at history, it's dangerous. History proves that societies that push that
Hmm.
usually suffer destruction shortly thereafter,
Because
one way or another.
because God
know.
is not the author of confusion.
Right.
And that's
Right.
what it brings. When you don't know until you get a certain age, And when you're a certain age, you still don't know because you don't understand.
Right.
If-
nobody
That's
told you.
confusion.
Hey, if
Yeah.
I get a certain age and I'm having an identity crisis, then let me deal with it when that comes. But don't
start me
take
off
me
with
With it, yeah.
at a 5-year-old kid and start pummeling that.
Hey, but that's
you
why.
know.
And I don't want to hurt our sponsors or whatever. But that's why I'm going to Target.
Yeah.
I don't go to Target for that reason. Like I like when they start doing away with it's not a girl or boy section, it's just a section. Like, nah, I need you to identify where I'm
Yeah,
at.
I need you to help me because I want to go and know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, go look
I
at
don't
my
want to go
signs
in A section. I want
Right.
to go in the boys
Boys
section. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
As a man, that makes it easier for me.
Me, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm lost otherwise. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just little things. Pastor, you talked about it and you put it out there, man. You know, I think that from a spiritual aspect too, you know, Hollywood has this emotionalism going on where whatever you feel, like you said,
Right.
whatever you feel, however you feel, you know, and they lean on it's a freedom of expression and embracing everybody as who they are. But I really don't look at it that way when you are molding and shaping the minds of people, especially
Right.
the young people. Are you really allowing me to do and feel? Because if that's the case, then it would be some scrutiny across the board and it would level off a little bit.
Right.
But you're
Right.
pushing something.
Mhm.
You're continuously pushing something, you know? And so that's why when I look at it, I'm like, man, that Aleister Crowley stuff is real. Like, you know, do as thou wilt, whatever you feel.
Right.
We want you to feel it and embrace the feeling.
Mhm.
No, I need someone to govern that
right,
feeling.
Right.
That has to
right.
I need a heavenly
Yeah.
father that's
Yeah.
gonna help me. I need a father and
well,
mother in the home that's gonna help
think
me.
about if we acted on or embraced every thought that hit our mind.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it'll be
But that's what we leaning towards, Pastor.
Mhm.
You can
Yeah.
get up in the middle of an award show, smack a
know.
man, and nothing happened to you,
Right.
and then get up later on and make a speech and accept an award.
The apology in that speech was terrible.
Applaud.
Of course, it
Yeah.
ain't get applauded.
Yeah, it was so non-direct.
Yeah.
It was just.
I told
yeah.
my kids, I said, if you get up and smack somebody in the award show, I don't care if you're an adult, I'll whoop your butt on right
TV.
there,
Mhm.
right there on TV. They'll be like, his dad came up there and whooped his tail.
Yeah, that's rude.
No, sir. No, we don't do that. But that's what we're leaning towards in the society that we see today. As the more this stuff is pushed, this is what we're seeing: chaos and
Yes.
confusion.
Yes.
Whatever you feel, run with it.
That's terrible.
It's terrible.
That's the Wild Wild West all over
Huh?
again. The Wild Wild West
Woo!
all over again.
Boy, I'm telling you, man, a godless society, brother.
And like you
Yeah.
said, man,
It's-
every listen, you hate to say it out loud to people, and I do say it, but like you said, though, Pastor, every city that we read about that took on this stance, or every country took on this stance. It's,
Destruction.
The history
occurred
is there.
Yeah.
shortly thereafter.
The history is
every
there.
single time.
but I
You
guess
go
that's
all
why.
the way back to the Roman
Yep.
Empire, the
Yep.
Babylonian Empire.
Yep. Yeah, because
So,
Alexander the Great was doing that. You see what happened with them?
it happens, man.
You got to have the spirit of God there, leading and guiding the leaders in particular
Mhm.
for it to be successful. You could try to take God out, write God out, ignore God, push God to the side, change God. But at the end of the day, you got the answer.
Because it
To
may
God.
and it may be successful without him for a while.
Oh, yeah, for a little bit.
And
Yeah,
then when
look
it
at
comes,
it,
You'll get it for a little
Yeah,
bit.
a little bit.
You
Yeah,
will.
that's always Satan's his MO, his method of
Mhm.
operation is he'll let you eat the cookies and enjoy the party for a
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
And then the day of reckoning comes.
It
Yeah,
comes.
because we got when you owe him back and you
Yeah.
don't pay it up. Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
time
Yeah.
to pay.
Yeah.
It's time to
Yeah.
pay. Yeah.
Because you've gotten all these, all this attention, all this status,
Mhm.
number one movies and hits and all this stuff. Now it's time to pay the piper. And we're going to embarrass you, and ain't nothing you can do about it
Mhm.
because we got you.
Mhm.
You're ours. You belong to us.
Mhm.
So we can do what we feel like. You get to do what you want to. You get to do what thou wilt. But we get to do what we want to do with
Because
you.
what's going to happen is you're going to wake up one day and say, this ain't right.
But
And
you
then-
battling that the whole time
Wow.
if something's already in
Right.
there.
And then
Yeah.
you wake up and say, it ain't right. That's when say, oh, you signed this contract.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to renege?
Yeah.
Got you. Go
Yeah.
ahead. And you think you walking away and it's
Yeah.
like,
we
oh,
can destroy you
easy.
easy if that's what you want. But that's why I don't play those games with that master.
Mm-mm.
He's not my master
Yeah,
Right.
because you can't serve two of them.
at all.
You can't. You just can't. I think every man in here have tried to walk that line before.
Been down that path.
Yeah.
You cannot walk it. You just
a-
can't.
It's a path where you find a lack of peace, oppression, discouragement, etc. You know, and like I said, it's great for a season. Think about it. I mean, you know, we ain't always been saved or
Right.
in church,
Right.
Sure.
and I'm like the average man out there in the streets. Before I came to Christ, I ran the streets
Mm-hmm.
and did what men do, right?
Yeah.
And for a season, it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, then once you, well,
Yeah.
Stuff catch up with you.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, it'll catch up with you
Mhm.
eventually.
Even the decisions that I made as a saved man, you know, and I put quotes up around myself, not that I didn't get saved, but I didn't understand
Right.
at the time,
Right.
like I do now. Now I understand. But at the time, I didn't understand.
Right.
So I was still doing things that I wanted to do
Mm-hmm.
and asking God to co-sign on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, God, cash this check, man, you know, sign on the bottom line. He like, no, you need to let me write it because I'm not going to write it if it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And it had to get to a place to where I realized that I can't just be out here doing what I want to do and what I feel without consulting God and allowing God to lead and guide me in my life. And then I do the same thing for my family. You know, I know they got to grow up, my kids, and do, you know, make their own choices and decisions, but they can't say that foundationally certain things wasn't taught. They can't say that I went out into the world not knowing who I was and understanding who I was.
Giving them
no.
a solid foundation.
That's right. Your identity is in God. It's there. Let me show you. So you can understand that. Now, if you want to go left or do something different, hey, you know, I can only give you what it is that God has given me, you know. And he used my mom and dad and the word of God, of course, and then a personal relationship. And that's what I hope that they're able to further develop as they get older, because I know that's what's going to carry them, you know, even when they're not around me. But this been heavy right here, man. This got heavy right here, bro.
So let's break it over with some sports real quick.
All right, real quick.
All right.
One last thing, because we can wrap it up. What you got?
All right. So rumor mill.
Okay, rumor
mill
mill, y'all. Rumor mill.
Rumor mill is the first HBCU in A&T may be joining the ACC.
Whoa.
So my question
That's
to
a big
everybody is-
rumor.
That's a big rumor. So my question is,
Wow.
do you think a HBCU is ready to join a conference, not compete, but join a
Actually
conference?
join a conference where
And
your
pl-
schedule
Is these D1 talented
week
people,
in and week out.
are they ready for that?
Whew.
I can answer that without hesitation. No. Now, if you want to say, can they down the road
Mhm.
develop into being that?
Mhm.
Maybe,
Mhm.
but just right off the cuff, I wouldn't think.
Nah, I don't think they're ready yet. But you got to start somewhere, though.
That's right.
I got to put that out
Yeah, it's
there.
gonna be
You got to
rough.
start somewhere. It's gonna be rough. I mean, no matter who you are, if you just now stepping into that level of competition week in, week out, it's good, man. Whew.
That's gonna be some tough competition.
Woo.
I mean, it's good for HBCU, but do that change the price point of how much the school gonna cost now to come to the school?
Well, you got to. Everything has to change.
Everything
at
got to
that
change
point.
because now you a true D1.
Because and your scholarships. I mean, the value of your school has gone up. You got television contracts and
Mhm.
stuff now.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not just a typical, you know, HBCU now. That HBCU that's in that conference and everything that comes along with that conference.
So
You know, that would be crazy, but I don't know. Hey, give me your people chime in if you're A&T grad or you know alumni or if you current student, like what would that be like? Would you be cool with that? Would you be like, yeah, let's go get it, or would you be hesitant to see your team get thrashed?
Because all you ever gonna win in that situation is the battle of the bands. Because your band always gonna be
Your band
better.
gonna be legit.
Your band gonna be legit every
I
week.
will have to give us up on that.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Like
gonna
my
be-
man B. Miller said, track would be interesting. You know what I'm saying? The track program is nice.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
You know,
'Cause them boys can run.
The boys can run. It'd
Right,
be
right.
interesting, but it's a lot of things you like.
End of the day.
Because you think about Carolina A&T going against each other on the court,
Woo.
Duke going against them on
Yeah,
the court.
that's what I'm looking at. It's gonna be rough.
That's gonna be terrible.
Terrible. Until that recruiting class catches up, it's gonna be some thump.
But I know Dion making some great noise,
Mm-hmm.
but do you choose a HBCU over
Well,
a PWI?
I do in that sense because you got the platform now.
True.
So now you got the platform. I'm gonna get even more attention because I'm gonna start at an HBCU that's got that platform. So I would want to take that leap at that point because then too, like if I know I'm really good, I might be all we got. But I'm gonna get all the attention.
Lockdown corner.
Right. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
y'all think that if the powers that be see a lot of the top players that normally would go to the Bamas and the Clemsons, etc., going to schools like Jackson State and some of the other HBCUs,
FAMU.
do you think they will try to put something in place to kind of block that? Or
They-
I don't know how they would do it.
You don't block it, but what you do is A&T never gonna have as much money as Alabama.
You trump
See, that's
it.
what I was getting ready to
You
say.
trump it.
They'll figure something out
you-
to try to.
you trump it.
that name, image, and likeness.
Mhm.
A&T can get you a Kmart deal.
Yeah,
Alabama, I'm gonna get you with Mercedes.
that's right.
Right.
I'm
And
gonna
you
get
know,
you. I'm gonna
so
get you with
that's
the
like-
top dogs.
Yeah,
Right.
A&T gonna get you with the mom and pop restaurant. Well, I'm gonna get you with Chili's. I'm gonna
Right.
get you with Applebee's. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get you with
Major
Morton Steakhouse.
chains.
Yeah, major chains.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna get you with these people.
Thus, we see the American way. You know,
Mhm.
that's why the systemic racism and stuff like that exists, because of the higher dollar price points
Mhm.
when it comes down to decision making. You got certain decision makers who start at a higher price point.
Right.
Therefore, you can let a lot of things start and develop, but at the end of the day, I got that trump card
That's right. Yep.
with them dollars and cents. Boom, I'm gonna hit you with it whenever I feel like it, and I'm gonna keep things regulated based on that.
Yep.
And until we get in those arenas, in those conversations, then we got to play subject to whatever they decide at the end of the day.
It's just like anything else they give us. I think you'll give the top 10 HBCUs like South Carolina State,
Mhm.
A&T, Jackson State. Is it Howard
Mhm.
or Hampton? One of them that's pretty good. FAMU,
Mhm.
and it's a handful of some other ones. You know, maybe Bethune-Cookman. I think they was pretty good. I think you'll give them that opportunity to get some of these D1 recruits.
Mhm.
Right.
But you ain't talking about Virginia Unions and these other things. Nah, they ain't,
Yeah.
nah, we ain't about to do all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
We ain't about to do
it's
all
gonna
that.
be a slow climb, you
Yeah.
know, there. But like I say, that trump card, as long as it's out there,
Yeah, I remember
They gonna
we
get
was
the majority
talking
of it.
about, it was kind of political,
Mhm.
but you were saying, you said to me, if you want to see what's really going on, follow the money trail.
follow the money.
Every
know.
time.
That's where
Yeah.
where it's gonna lead to the truth every time.
And Nick Saban of the world, they know that because like their quarterback he's a true freshman. Broski done made over $1 million already as a true freshman with all his endorsement deals.
Mhm.
Wow.
And then Sam Howell, from what I was told from some of the players on Carolina, because I interviewed some of them for my show, he had a deal with Land Rover. So he had the money coming in, plus he had a truck.
Mhm. Out there throwing interceptions. He threw some touchdowns too.
But he threw a lot more interceptions though. Not about it. You know, so my thing is
Yeah.
a kid that's, you know, I'm gonna say basically sophomore, unless you are a true freshman, you gonna give me a Land Rover?
Mhm.
And you gonna give me a good meal?
Yeah.
Hmm.
What you think I'm gonna do?
Yeah, go.
You know what
Roll
I'm
with you
saying?
all day.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm in Clemson all day.
All day. But yo, ladies and gents, we hope y'all enjoy it.
Hold
this show.
on.
What, you got
hold
something
on,
else?
one more.
Hold up.
Paris.
And Paris got to give us a
You
joke.
gotta give
Yeah.
us
You guys
you
give
gotta
us a
give
joke.
people-
Let me go ahead and get. Now, tell me what y'all think about this. This is what I got out of
What
this.
you got, man?
It's coming out of the Bible. Let me pull it back up. It's in Mark. Where my Bible at? Come on. Come on. Now.
Now I know he gonna get deep on us. I
Yeah.
already know.
Show us what God been
Coming
working
from
with
Mark 13, 24, and 27.
you. Mm-hmm.
It say, but in those days after the tribulation, the sun will be darkened and the moon will give no light,
Mm-hmm.
and the stars will be falling from heaven,
Mm-hmm.
and the powers in heaven will be shaken. And then we shall see the Son of Man coming in clouds with great power and glory.
Mm-hmm.
And then he will send out the angels and gather the elect from the four winds, from the ends of the earth and the ends of heaven. You know what I got out of that?
What's
What's
that?
that, fam?
It say the ends,
Mhm.
E-N-D-S.
Mm-hmm.
The earth is flat, y'all. They done tricked us all these years. It say ends.
hey, I don't know if it's flat or not, but you went around the world to get to that point.
Had to bring y'all in with me to see. So you got to dissect that thing.
That's good, bro. See,
You be steady over there.
he's steady.
Be thinking.
You know what I'm saying? You know, like the boy said on Friday, he said, man, I got mind control over Debo.
All day.
But he say, be quiet, I'll be quiet. But when he leave, I start talking again.
He said to the ends. He said to the ends.
To the ends of the
Not the end, the end.
So it's different boys.
4 wins. That's a box.
Oh man. What we gonna do with it?
Parrish, I don't know. Bro, be loaded though.
Don't even be loaded, man.
Man.
Oh man.
That deep scripture.
Yeah.
And we ended with the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
The ends. It's flat.
Yeah. Speaking of the ends, we are officially
And
at
then
the end.
he's always asking those questions that when you hear him say it, you be like,
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
he's got a point.
Hold on.
You know?
Gotta keep you thinking.
Oh man. But y'all, this been great. Been enjoying it, man, fellas. Like I say, it got real today. Definitely got real. But yeah, y'all continue to roll with us, rock with us. Let us know in the comments what you think about, every subject, whatever like that, and give us some feedback. Hey, listen, we're not shy when it comes to how we feel about certain things. So we're actually embracing any type of feedback that you have. We don't want anybody to just be completely negative and negligent with, how you respond. So if you crazy with it, we'll probably delete it. To let you know. But you just saying your piece and what you feel, we can agree to disagree, and respectfully, keep it moving. But definitely feel free to comment, let us know how you feel about any one thing, two things that we said, the whole thing, whatever. And join us next time on Joint Heirs. Till next time.
Yeah.
Go Heels.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir.